The daring band had freed the land from dragons and from Celts. The mighty three showed bravery and strength beneath their pelts. The mayor saved, the village paved a road straight out of town to see the three off merrily with daughter's virtue sound. Thank you, ladies.
Come on, let's hear another one.
Thank you.
Another one.
What kind of artist would I be to disappoint my loyal fans? Would you like a serious song, rich in alluring alliteration? Or perhaps a rhyming verse that's both bawdy and gaudy? Or perhaps an omnipoetic poem that really snaps, crackles, and pops?
We want a tale of excitement.
And adventure.
And danger.
Oh, I have those in spades. Anyone have a request?
The Saga of the Frost Giants.
Too long.
The Ballad of Gunhill.
Too dull.
Beowulf.
Too long and dull.
Too long and dull? You wound me.
It's boring.
And dense. And that part about the dragon feels tacked on.
But Beowulf has monsters, and heroes, and violence, and monsters' mothers, and heroic violence against monsters' mothers. What more could you ask for?
But do you know it?
Know it, my friend, I wrote it.
You wrote Beowulf.
I did, and better yet, I lived it.
You knew Beowulf?
I did.
What was he like?
He was exactly as I described him in the tale, yet entirely different. He was noble, yet savage, courageous, yet careful. He was wise, yet ignorant beyond his years. He was fact and fiction so deeply interwoven that fact became fiction, and fiction became fact.
I don't get it.
We were traveling companions, Beowulf and I. Dare I say, we even became friends at the end.
Did he really fight monsters then?
There's no such thing as monsters.
Monsters are everywhere. They go by many names.
So the tale is really true then?
Truth, fiction, reality lies somewhere in the middle.
I don't believe you.
You believe what you think is true.
Then let's hear it.
You want to hear the true story of Beowulf?
Yeah!
Then grab another flagon, my friends, and make yourselves comfortable. And I will regale you with the tale of men and women and monsters. An epic about a hero by the name of Beowulf. Stands Beowulf and I, traveling from village to village across the frozen lands of gnomes and trolls. Scandinavia. Life was difficult. We lived from hand to mouth. My hand, his mouth, depending on the kindness or naivete of strangers. One fateful morning, we crossed the sea to Denmark, the land of the Danes, arriving at a nameless village not found on any map. So, that was the tale of Balkran the Ogre. He's a little bit dead, and we're a little bit older. But Beowulf, the future king, did not emerge the same. The fight with Balkran had changed him. It changed the entire game. He once strode the world on ego. Words of him held sway. But blood on his hands, some shed by him, wiped those words away. The crowd still cheered, rattling around him. The people he saved, they began to surround him. But he thought of the kill, the act that had crowned him. He thought of the fight, and weariness ground him. Down to his knees he fell and he bowed. His collapse drew a quiet gasp from the crowd. But the hero dug deep, a warrior proud. He stood and raised his arms to the clouds and gave his immortal cry, I am Beowulf, the axe of man. I cannot be defeated. I am this land. Then he accepted their love and moved on.
Bravo, bravo.
You're too kind, you're too kind.
So what are you doing around these parts?
Why do you ask? We're the Coast Guard.
It's our job to watch out for raiders.
Dangerous raiders? Oh, I bring no danger. I'm a bard, a singer of songs, schooled in ancient lore and precise meter. It is my job to travel around and recount the tales and achievements of legendary heroes.
Like that Beowulf guy you were just singing about.
Too bad a hero like this Beowulf fellow doesn't really exist.
Oh, but he does.
There's a real Beowulf?
Oh, but there is.
A real flesh and blood hero?
Yes. Why? Are you in need of a hero?
Well, kind of, but it's a pretty tall order.
Beowulf specializes in tall orders. The taller, the better. What's the matter? We've got witch in the woods, bully bothering the village.
In a way.
Well, consider him God. And Beowulf, he isn't picky about the work either. You got raccoons in your shed? Done. Hornet nest on your front porch? Piece of cake.
I don't know. It's pretty serious.
Yeah, does he, I don't know, have any experience fighting an ogre?
Yes, definitely.
So he knows how to use a sword then?
Oh yeah, long swords, short swords, two-handed swords, three-handed swords, you name it, he is a master.
So then he's strong like Thor.
He could squash Thor like a grape.
He must be the chosen one.
The gods have finally answered our prayers.
Maybe this one will live.
Oh wait, what?
He sounds terrific.
We would like to meet this Beowulf.
Yes.
Oh, he'll be right over. He's just parking the boat now.
We want to see if he's as great and as wonderful and as strong as you say he is.
We don't get a lot of heroes around here.
That's because they've all been eaten alive.
Dude, what he means is they're all gone.
Right, gone. But this Beowulf guy sounds like he's exactly what we need.
We have an opportunity for him.
Yes, a unique opportunity, one of a kind.
I know what unique means.
We would reward him
Reward
in food,
And gold.
an abundance of both.
and food and gold, you say.
In abundance.
Well, you're in luck. Here he comes now. Biceps like boulders, muscles like iron. He heaves courage and justice across his broad shoulders. Legs like the trunks of trees. Sculpted calves neath sculpted knees. Beowulf, great Geat, the axe of man.
Oh, good gods, that's a steep hill. Bard, how about helping me with the luggage next time?
Dude, there he is. Beowulf, the great hero. Look at those shoulders.
How strong! How magnificent!
A man among men. Oh. Or maybe not.
I thought he'd be like, big.
Yeah, he does look a little unhealthy, doesn't he?
Beowulf, this is the Coast Guard. Coast Guard, meet Beowulf. Beowulf of the Geat clan.
Hello, Norseman.
Hello.
Beowulf, these fine fellows are in need of some assistance in the village.
Oh, really?
But we're looking for someone, well, how do I say this?
In shape.
Yeah.
What's that supposed to mean?
He's stronger than he looks. Like, although he may look like some cheaply made scarecrow, underneath, solid muscle. In fact, I saw him wrestle a bear once.
Was the bear going after his dessert?
Now, see here.
So, let me get this straight. You fought an ogre before, right?
An ogre. Oh, I sure have. Kicked him in the rump and sent him on his way, I did. I'm stronger than I look.
Tear out that tree stump over there.
Oh, I could easily, but I just carried the luggage up that hill. It's a pretty steep hill.
Uh-huh.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Thor could tear out that tree stump.
I never said I was bloody Thor now, did I?
Give us a minute. I don't think he's the chosen one.
Gods hate us. Better go get started on that grave.
Wait. He might make a sport out of it.
True. King?
King. We have discussed it, and we have decided that you should meet the king.
The king.
King Hrothgar.
You're in his kingdom. He may have need of you.
We'll be right back.
Did you do that, Bart? We're going to be the king. What's wrong?
Would it kill you to do a few push-ups every now and then?
What's the matter? Didn't you hear what he said? King Hrothgar might have need of us. What was that part about an ogre, anyway?
I don't know. Probably just some hairy drunk passed out in a bar or something.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Don't get your hopes up. They'll just want us to muck out the royal latrines next.
I'll muck out anything for a bit of bread and soup these days. What a godforsaken place this is. I just want to go home.
We can't go home, remember? Not until you're a hero. Your father's orders.
My father. What kind of father kicks his son out of the kingdom and tells him not to come back until he's a hero?
You're right. You would expect more from a Viking king.
And besides, I've done heroic things.
Like what?
I gave that beggar a copper coin last week.
That was charitable, but not heroic. And not enough to put into a song.
I held the door open for that old man the other day.
That was polite, but not heroic. And nobody sings about common courtesy.
What about that old lady? Gutters don't clean themselves, you know.
That was helpful, but not heroic. And definitely not enough for your father.
Just you wait. I'm going to be a hero bard, and then we'll go home.
And you're going to do that how?
By following the heroic code. Courage, honor, and loyalty.
And how many of those have you checked off the list so far?
0, but I've decided to maintain a positive attitude.
Oh, that'll definitely help. Have you seen my notebook anywhere?
Oh, it's in one of the bags.
Lesson 1, the creation of the cosmos, or how we all ended up here in the first place. In the beginning, before there was earth and sky, before there was sun and moon, there was only a yawning abyss.
And my sword, ha!
On the one side lay the land of elemental fire, and on the other, the land of elemental ice. The fire and the ice met, and the first drop fell into the abyss.
Into the abyss with thee, yeah!
And in the abyss slept the first man and woman.
Wake up and fight, shah!
Milady, as your tutor, must I remind you why it is important for a princess?
Warrior princess.
I beg your pardon. Must I remind you why it is important for a warrior princess to know the history of the land she is to rule? And it's not just history either. A princess must be well versed in such things as etiquette, child rearing, and cutlery.
This is stupid. I'm a warrior. Do you make the male nobles learn history?
Well, no, they learn how to fight.
Exactly. So if I'm to be a warrior, I must train like warriors too. And you know what that means.
Surely you don't mean...
That's right. I want to spar. Prepare for combat.
Milady, if your father ever found out, well, they had to reattach my ear after the last
Stand
time.
still. Now, the way to become a warrior is to stare death in the eyes and know that someday you will die. And today might be that day. On my command, hack him with your blade. Attack!
On me!
Your warrior gives no quarter to her enemies, but slays them of pity or remorse to prepare to meet your end! Oh, I'm being summoned. Good work today. We'll do this again tomorrow.
I really need to find a new line of work.
Did you see that?
See what?
Her, a female warrior. Did you see the way she moved? She did some of this, and then some of that, and then some more of this.
Have you eaten anything today? Now leave me alone. I need to write another epic poem about your legendary bravery.
I'm sorry you have to keep making up stories about me. I don't like cleaning out chamber pots any more than you do.
These hands weren't meant to clean chamber pots, Beowulf. These hands, they make music. They finger flutes and strum lutes. They write sweet sonnets that move the heart and spirit.
Can I hear one?
No,
Why not?
because I haven't written any. That's why. Every time I sit down to write, I draw a blank. It's like I have, what do you call it?
Writer's block.
See, think of it, Beowulf. I used to compose verses for kings. My words had the power to kindle romance and incite war. But now I compete in an audience, in the marketplace with a juggler and a dancing bear.
That bear is incredible.
But just you wait. Someday, I'm going to be famous. Everybody's going to know my name. If the muse hadn't left me the day I was fired from my position as poet emeritus. Poof, gone, just like that. And your father, he isn't too crazy about my poems anyway.
Yeah, he isn't into dramatic poetry. He likes poems with lots of explosions.
But just you wait. Someday, I'm going to write the great pagan story, an epic about the triumphs and achievements of a legendary hero. It's going to be a bestseller. But until then, I guess I'll travel around with you.
At least we'll get to hang out together.
We're not hanging out, buddy. We're stuck together. But just you wait. Someday, I'm going to be famous. Everybody's going to know my name. Then I won't have to travel across this godforsaken place and literally sing for my supper anymore.
Announcing King Hrothgar, descendant of the great King Shield Chieftain and current King of the Danes, and his daughter, Princess Gunborg.
Warrior princess.
Warrior Princess Gunborg. And Beowulf of the, what clan did you say you were from?
Geats.
Beowulf of the Beats.
Oh, Geats.
And his faithful bard, Bard.
That's Beowulf. He is a bit, scrawny, isn't he? Greetings, heroes.
My lord.
King.
So you are the two warriors the gods have sent us in our hour of need?
Needs come in many shapes and sizes, my lord. What is yours?
I won't lie, these have been hard and trying times. We are haunted by a horrible darkness that brings death and destruction to our very doors. What we require of you requires great risk.
Let me at him, father, so we can taste the cold steel of Midgard.
What are you doing? Put that thing away before you hurt someone. I apologize. My daughter is a bit, hot-tempered. Now then, where was I? Ah, yes. We are haunted by a horrible beast. A creature so awful and evil.
And I'll smite the beast down with the cold steel of Midgard.
Cudward, what are you doing? You're gonna poke someone's eye out. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. An awful plague has washed up from the fiery...
Don't here with the cold steel of Midgard.
Cudward, what are you doing? I'm trying to have a conversation here.
Just give me a chance, father. I can slay the beast.
Gunborg, I need a warrior.
I'm right here.
A true warrior.
I am a warrior. Let me prove myself. I won't let you down. I promise.
No, Gunborg. I've lost too many brothers, cousins, and nephews to this vile villain. I won't put someone else that I care about in harm's way. Now let me put someone I don't care about in harm's way.
What?
Yes, well, I'm glad you guys are in.
But
Tut,
you
tut, tut,
never
tut.
said...
Come to Herod Hall for a feast. I'll explain more then. I'm glad you guys are on board. I'll see you there.
What was that?
I need time to think. Give me a minute.
What's wrong with your friend? He looks worried.
Oh, he's a thinker, a poet. He always has that look on his face when he's trying to rhyme.
Is his poetry any good?
Oh, it's completely incomprehensible, so it must be good. By the way, I saw you sparring with your tutor earlier today. You really gave him what for?
It wasn't anything. They don't take my training seriously. Nobody does, actually. They all think I'm too aggressive and bossy.
You don't say, but your father must be proud.
He humors me. He has decreed that the male warriors train every day. Meanwhile, I have to learn about dumb things like rhetoric and math. I want to show him I belong.
You sure look like you belong to me.
What about you?
What about me?
Are you any good? With a sword, I mean. How many have you killed in a single battle?
Oh, well, that's hard to say.
6. That's how many I've killed. 7 if you count the donkey. And that was before I got Midgard. This sword has been in my family for generations. My great-great-great-grandfather was the first to use it in battle. He had just enough time to pull it out of his scabbard before it was shot out of his saddle. Heroically, of course.
Of course.
Since then, 14 family members have died in battle without the sword tasting blood even once. Do you know what that means?
Yes, the sword is cursed.
No, it means I'm destined to save the hall.
I'm not sure I follow.
The sword must be used to do something great. Don't you see? If it's used for anything else, the sword holder dies.
So you want to do great things.
I would if I ever got the chance.
So you seek adventure.
I seek my destiny, but my father's decree stands between me and it.
You know, I think we have more in common than you think.
How so?
Well, we both live in our father's shadows. My father was a wise and noble lord too. He taught me that in order to be a hero, you have to live by the heroic code: courage, honor, and loyalty.
He sounds like a great man. A real hero faces danger head on.
Everyone always expects me to be as great as him. But sometimes, I think my destiny is to walk through the glen at sunset, to listen to the sounds of the approaching night, to gaze up at the stars and ponder what mysteries they hold. What about you?
I see myself charging into the enemy, hacking off their limbs with my sword, and hearing them cry out to their gods as I crush them underfoot. Then I die a heroic death so I can pound meat in the heavenly halls of Valhalla.
See, we're totally alike.
You're different from other warriors, Beowulf. You're the real deal.
Listen,
What a woman! Oh, Gunvor. Have you ever heard a sweeter name?
yeah, it really rolls off the back of the throat.
Oh, her name is like honey on the tongue. What words would you use to describe her, Bard? Beautiful,
Fanatic,
incredible,
unpredictable,
independent.
loony. Listen, I've been thinking it over, and we've got to get out of here.
Wait, but what about the food and the gold?
I don't know. Something is off. Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. Doesn't it seem off to you?
No, like you said, it's probably just some hairy drunk guy passed out in a bar. They need Beowulf.
No. They need the idea of Beowulf. They need the guy from the stories. Muscles like iron, biceps like boulders, and all that. You're not that guy, remember? You don't even like violence.
I'm allergic to violence, but let's hear him out. How bad can it be?
It's awful.
Seriously, it's worse than you think.
Every night, the hall is a river of blood. It's like a slaughterhouse.
A charnel pit.
The women mourn nightly for their fallen men. Those men drown in the blood of their brothers.
Every night, we bury the dead.
Well, what's left of them?
Like I said, how bad can it be?
Welcome, heroes.
It's quite a place you have here.
I call it Harrod Hall, part throne room, part community center. A place for my warriors to gather together for warmth and drink. A place to feel safe.
Question?
Yes?
Are those blood stains?
No. That's where I spilled some wine. Now that much bigger, darker stain over there is a blood stain. And there's one, there, too. And, there.
And there's another one over there by the door, near the claw marks.
Oh boy, I'm feeling sick. Is the room spinning?
Beowulf, are you okay? You look pale.
No, I'm fine. It was probably just some bad herring.
Ah, there you are. My friends, let me introduce a share, my most trusted advisor, and Unferth, a noble lord. In fact, Unferth is helping us expand Harrod Hall into the swamp.
That's Beowulf. Doesn't look that tough to me.
Oh, Unferth. Beowulf's a real warrior. Tell him, Beowulf.
I'm a real warrior.
See?
No one's ever fought the ogre and lived. What makes you think you're so different?
Because I've fought things way tougher than ogres.
Sure you have.
I have. Why haven't you fought the ogre?
Because I've been busy.
Sure you have.
I have. I've done great things, super great things, greater things than you.
Oh yeah? Like what?
I swam the Bering Sea.
So did I, in armor.
Ooh.
I can lift a boar over my head.
I can lift a cow over my head with one hand.
I can catch arrows out of the air using only my right hand.
I can catch arrows out of the air using only my right foot.
It doesn't make any sense.
Enough! Obviously, we found the right man for the job. And unfair, please treat our honored guests with some respect. They traveled a long way to right these wrongs that threaten our land.
My lord, if I may, there's a great beast on its way to kill us all, so could we...
Excellent advice, advisor. Let's get down to business. Now then, our troubles began soon after this meat hall was built. During the day, all was peaceful, but at night, a dark presence prowled just past the bonfires, watching, waiting, and brooding. Then, when Unfrith began his work in the swamp, the attacks began.
I'm draining the swamp to build some tennis courts. Have you ever played? Marvelous game. Besides, I don't like the swamps. They're ugly and they smell funny.
I think swamps are good for the
I
environment.
said I think they're ugly and they smell funny. My problem is the mighty cypress tree.
It's the oldest and biggest tree in the swamp. It has a trunk nearly 20 feet around, and its roots are deep and tangled.
The trunk seems impervious to my cutter's axes. Even my mighty sword fronting does little damage. But once I have that cleared, I will be able to build the final piece that will make my tennis courts complete and operational. A concession stand. We'll sell sweets, cakes, and festive nuts. Nuts?
No, thank you.
My men have labored against the tree for 10 long years. The work would go fast if it weren't for that ogre.
And by ogre, you mean...
An 800-pound hideous man-beast with a wicked backswing.
Oh,
Wait, you mean a real ogre?
Beowulf, are you okay? You look sick.
I look pale to you.
Will you pull yourself together? My lord, when you had said ogre, we thought you meant like a big, ugly guy with a bowl cut or something.
Oh no, this ogre is very real and very mean. The vile villain's name is Grendel.
Villain?
Every night for the past 12 years, Grendel has attacked our mead hall, and every night our noble warriors have fought him without success. This Grendel has killed our warriors and loved ones, heroes all.
Heroes, you said.
I won't lie. These have been hard years. Every night we prayed to the gods to send us a warrior to defeat Grendel in single combat and rid this kingdom of its evil. But the gods have finally answered our prayers. That hero is you, Beowulf.
Out of curiosity, how many heroes have tried and died before me?
4,411. Oh, right. Yes, I forgot about Randy. 4,412.
Question.
Yes?
So, let's say, just for argument's sake, that somebody was looking at this situation from a literary standpoint. So this Grendel character, he'd be the antagonist. And the protagonist would be...
Beowulf.
Right, good. And the meat hall being attacked every night for the past 12 years? I'd call that backstory.
Correct.
What are you doing?
And the conflict is that Beowulf must fight and defeat Grendel.
Yes, mind you, this is an external conflict we're discussing here, as opposed to an internal conflict.
Right. The internal conflict is psychological. It's in Beowulf's head.
Exactly. In this case, the internal conflict might be between Beowulf's sense of doing what is right versus the terror he must feel knowing that he's about to be torn limb from limb and eaten by this horrible creature.
And wondering if the pain will be excruciating or merely unbearable.
Exactly.
I like that.
Father, let me stay here with Beowulf. Together we can slay the creature.
Your place is beside you, Gundor. Or more precisely, 1 or 2 paces behind me. Or beside me. Beside me is good too.
Father,
Unfrith is right. We don't want to get in the way of our hero's destiny. Well, Beowulf, what do you say? Will you help us in our time of need?
I really don't.
Think that we could turn down such a wonderful opportunity. In fact, Beowulf will fight the ogre unarmed.
Oh my.
I'll do what?
that's very brave of you, Beowulf. I don't know what to say.
I can think of a few things.
You are truly a man among men, Beowulf. May your courage be strong and your aim be true. Godspeed, my boy. Let's be off.
Oh, and when you die, try not to get any blood on the new rugs.
You must take really good care of the sword. It hardly looks used at all. Good luck, Beowulf. I believe in you.
I won't let you down. Let's get out of here.
What? No, we can't leave. I finally have my epic.
Your what?
My epic. My story. Think of it, Beowulf. The muse can now return to me in all my thrilling glory. I have my characters, my backstory, my conflict. It's all right here.
I'm not sure if you were paying attention, but there's an 800-pound, hideous man-beast on its way to rip off my head. And because of you, I'm going to be fighting it unarmed.
Go on.
I'm going to die.
That's what makes my story so epic.
My father told me to come back a hero. Awkward words, come back. A dead hero doesn't come back.
But no, you can't leave. I need to know the rising action and the climax. What's my story's resolution?
You're right. Use your imagination.
But just think of it, Beowulf. Someday, this tale will be passed down from generation to generation, giving me the immortality most writers can only dream of. Someday, it may even enchant millions of students in high school English classes.
You're out of your mind.
I even have a working title. The Death of Beowulf.
I'll see you around.
What about Gumbor?
What about her?
You promised her that you would defeat Grendel.
I know what I said, but come on.
That's not very heroic. And you yourself told me that you wanted to live by the heroic code. Courage, honor, and loyalty. And the way you meet the heroic code is by doing heroic things.
But isn't there something else I can do? Isn't there some cat stuck in a tree? Some old lady who needs help crossing a fjord?
I'm talking about real heroic things. The kind of heroic things people sing about long after you're dead.
Like after fighting an ogre.
Like after fighting an ogre.
He's here.
Well, that's my cue. Good luck.
You're leaving?
Of course.
Where are you going?
I'm not. Somewhere safe.
You mean I have to fight this thing on my own?
Yep.
She's getting closer. You can't leave me.
I have to. The story won't write itself.
But what should I do?
I don't know. Bob and weave.
That's your advice?
Maybe a sword arm will get tired from hacking you to pieces.
No, you can't leave me.
Well, I ought to skedaddle. Good luck.
No, take me with you. Dear God, to my fathers, I know it's been a long time since we last talked, but come to me now, in my time of need, and give me the strength I need to defeat this ogre. What am I saying? This is nuts. I don't want to die! Sorry, Frendel?
Again! come to eat flesh and drink blood and... Hey, where is everyone?
Hi, it's just me.
You're the hero they send to fight, Grendel. Grendel expects someone a bit more.
Hey, I'll go to the gym.
Grendel not care about muscles. Grendel eats even the scrawny Dane.
I'm not a Dane, I'm a geek, and I only got here an hour ago.
Scrawny Dane lie. Any last words before Grendel kill you?
Please don't hurt me.
That's different.
How about I don't want to die?
Grendel expects something a bit more menacing. Grendel wants to hear your battle cry.
Yeah.
That's pathetic. Pathetic.
Sorry, I've never had an ogre want to eat me before.
Grendel not just any ogre. Grendel biggest, baddest, toughest ogre in the swamp.
You're so angry. And your breath. Why are you doing this?
'Cause Danes build ugly hall in my swamp. Wouldn't you be angry? Time was when Grendel played tag and front lawn with ogre friends and catch lightning bugs. And then, one morning, Grendel wake up to find big, ugly hole in my swamp.
Maybe they didn't know you lived here.
They know now. Grendel tried to be good neighbor at first. But then they cut down trees in my swamp.
They're building tennis courts. I hear it's a marvelous game. Do you
Grendel
play?
not care about tennis. They cut down Grendel's home. They try to cut down special cypress tree.
Did you tell them to stop? You can get a lot done by talking civilly.
Grendel try. Grendel try. Long time ago, Grendel even baked brownies for Danes. I was about to knock on the door when I look in the window and see Dane sleeping. So quiet and peaceful. And then...
Then what?
Nothing.
What?
Forget Grendel said anything.
Come on, Grendel. You can tell me.
Grendel snuck into the hole and ate 30 of them.
Grendel!
Grendel no, Grendel no. But Grendel has sweet tooth.
But you couldn't stop at eating just 30, could you?
Well, I bite into Dane and Dane's all crunchy and gooey inside. But Grendel promised to limit himself to 1 Dane per day.
How considerate.
Enough! Scrawny Dane trying to get Grendel to talk about diet so he doesn't eat you. Any last words?
Wait, please, let me make peace with the gods.
Grendel think. That okay? Oh, come on. Don't act this way. Getting eaten not so bad. Nuts. Scrawny Dane wants some nuts.
No, thank you. I'm allergic. It's awful. My throat tightens up. I have trouble breathing. Then my nose starts to run. I feel a strange itching around my mouth and loins. This is followed by an intense vertigo and bright flashing lights. Then I start to lose control of my limbs, one at a time. First, it's my left arm, then my right arm, then back to my left, then my legs give out. eyesight goes, then it all comes back. At this point, my limbs are feeling so heavy. It's like my arm just wants to fall off. Your arm, what did you do? You like nuts. Nuts are your favorite. You want some more nuts? I don't know if they have any more. You ate a nut. Okay, got it. Your neck is hurting. Your throat is hurting. You're having trouble coughing, sneezing, breathing. Oh, okay. Guess what I'm doing now? You're having trouble breathing because you want more peanut. Oh, you're having trouble breathing because you ate a peanut. Oh, yuck. Hey, you forgot your arm.
His eye was loose. It dangled free. The monster gnawed on his mangled knee. The brains once placed within his head gave fodder now to a flower bed. His arms and entrails covered the ground. His manhood into... You're alive?
Beowulf!
No way!
My Otis, I thought you lived.
Hold, my lord. Hold, are we really to believe that Beowulf defeated Grendel? There must be some sort of sorcery at work here. Speak, apparition, speak!
Beowulf isn't really you.
It can't be.
I can't believe you're alive.
Neither can I.
Why doesn't he say it?
Maybe he has a fatal wound?
He must be in shock.
So am I.
Grendel's dead.
Dead?
Did you hear that, Father? Grendel's dead.
So, how did you do it, my son? Did you smite him with your mighty fist?
Did you send him crashing down into hell with a powerful blow?
Oh, I'd have loved to have seen that.
So would I.
So, how did you do it?
Well, I did some of this, and then some of that, and some more of this. I didn't have my swords. We were exchanging a few punches, and we started wrestling and crashing into things all over the meat hall, and fighting. And then we locked arms, and then...
And then you tore off his arm.
I tore off his arm.
You what?
His arm, look at it. What a mighty arm.
Hold, my liege. Are we really supposed to believe that this geet did something no other warrior before him was able to do?
Sounds like someone is jealous.
I'm not jealous. I have eyes and a brain. Did you really tear off his arm?
It sure looks that way.
That's unbelievable.
You're telling me.
If you killed Grendel, where's his body?
Oh, he ran out the door. He must have died somewhere in the swamp.
Wonderful, my boy, wonderful. This calls for some rejoicing, loud music, much drinking, and a reckless reveling.
We'll need some ice.
Excellent counsel, counselor. Oh, and Iver, now that the ogre is gone, you may continue your work in the swamp.
Oh, joyous day. Who ate my nuts?
We will have a feast to end all feasts, all because of you, Beowulf.
My lord, could you give us a minute? Can I talk to you? How could you?
What did I do?
You lived. That's what you did. My epic, it was all but finished. And you had to go and ruin it. Here, listen. From limb, his body was torn. From late at night till the light of the morn. With mangled screams and bloody gore, our hero, Beowulf, was no more. You have to admit, that's pretty good. And you ruined it.
Couldn't you write a story with a happy ending for once?
You want me to write a comedy? What kind of pandering hack do you take me for?
But I'm a hero.
Really? Did you really kill Grendel?
Yes?
You're not lying to me, are you?
No.
I knew you could do it, Beowulf. No one else believed in you, but I did.
Thanks, Gunborg.
I have to admit, I am a little disappointed. I really thought this was my chance to prove myself. But I guess my sword is destined to be used for something else.
Don't worry, I'm sure you'll get your chance.
Courage, honor, and loyalty. You're a real hero.
Gunborg,
Yes?
save a seat for me at the feast.
You'll have the seat of honor.
Everyone, let us go celebrate Beowulf's heroic deed with the feast. And as a remembrance of this extraordinary day, we will place Grendel's arm in a place of honor as proof of Beowulf's bravery. Let's be off, everyone. What are you doing? Why are you stopping there?
You can't be done yet. What was that sound at the end?
I thought it was a wonderful story, so full of action and suspense.
But he can't be done yet.
What roared?
My favorite part was the bit about the peanuts.
Right. That's another thing. I don't remember anything of the original story about peanuts.
I don't remember there being a Gunborg either.
What can I say? My story, it's changed many times as it's been passed down from generation to generation. But I can tell you that this is the story that you needed to hear now.
So then let's hear it.
Does
Let's
Beowulf-
hear the rest of the story.
Does Beowulf get eaten alive?
Tell us.
Well, I would tell you, but you see, my throat's rather parched.
Oh, if you think you're getting another coin from us, think again.
Well, then I guess I shall have to continue my story when I return. In a couple of
A
months.
couple of months?
You can't be done now. You're in the middle of a story.
Well, I would continue, but I...
All right.
Ah, very good. But I also feel rather faint. I shall need some sustenance if I am to continue.
Sustenance?
He wants us to buy him dinner.
That may buy an appetizer.
Does anyone else have any money?
Here.
Ah, very good. I am revived by your generosity, and I shall continue my tale. But first, the muse demands that I quench my thirst and get some nourishment. So return in a little while, and I will continue my tale of the death-defying adventure and romance of Beowulf. days. Have you tried the mutton here?
Can't afford it.
It was scrumptious, especially paired with this wine.
Can we please get on with the story?
Yeah, I want to find out what happens.
All right. Just let me remember where I left off. So, I told you about how Beowulf defeated Grendel, right?
Right, with a peanut.
Right, and how unfair. He was going to build tennis courts.
Not a fan of his, I must confess.
And how we all treated Beowulf like a hero.
He did stand up to the ogre. You have to give him credit for that.
And as how we were all leaving the mead hall, we heard a mighty roar.
That's right.
The roar!
What was it?
Well, this is where our story gets interesting, for we have reached the midpoint of the tale, and begin the thrilling climb to the climax, where our hero's soul shall be laid bare, and exposed to the darkness beyond.
Oh, can you get on with it?
We
Why?
haven't got all night.
All right. So, as we are all leaving for the magnificent feast in Beowulf's honor, little did we know, Grendel was not the only creature roaming the swamps. There's a far worse monster, a far more terrible villain, a creature so awful and horrible it makes me shudder to think of. His mother. And this creature would soon claim her first victim.
Don't mind me, just grabbing some more chairs. A second ogre!
Asher, what's taking you so long? The legends must be true. Almighty gods, fill me with the strength that go to hunt the second monster. Guide the sword of my forefathers and help me to fulfill my destiny, to achieve greatness and become a warrior in my own right. And if I should die, let it be swift and clean and totally awesome.
On board? Oh no.
There you are, my boy. You're missing the feast.
Oh no, we wouldn't want that.
The Danes are having a competition of who can fit an entire boar's head in their mouth. What's wrong?
It's a letter from Gunborg.
What does it say?
Dearest honorable father, and Beowulf the ogre
What
slayer.
about me? Does it say anything about me?
The most wonderful thing has happened. There is a second ogre in the swamp.
A second ogre? It must be worse than the first.
Help us, we must be cursed.
This is the opportunity that I've been looking forward to ever since I was a little girl. A chance to prove myself in battle against terrible odds. So I have followed your heroic example, Beowulf, and taken Midgard to hunt down and slay the second ogre in its lair. Oh boy.
But Gunborg's not a real warrior.
I am a real warrior.
She hasn't been properly trained.
I've been training for this moment my entire life.
She's never fought against anything as monstrous as an ogre before.
True, but I can't pass up this opportunity of a lifetime. Seriously, it's what it says. Do not weep for me, Father. Know that I am pursuing my heroic destiny. And Beowulf, thank you for showing me how a true hero reacts to danger. With courage, honor, and loyalty.
Courage, honor, and what? What kind of rubbish is that?
Know that if I die, I will be welcomed by the loving arms of the 4,412 warriors who came before me. Your loving daughter, Warrior Princess Gunborg. Warrior is spelled in all caps. P.S. I think Asher is dead.
Oh, Gunborg and Asher? What a lousy day. Why do the gods continue to pile on us with their misfortunes?
Not only that, but what about my tennis courts? Game, set, match.
This must mean that the legends are true. The second ogre is Grendel's mother. She must have come to take revenge for the death of her son.
You knew there might have been a second ogre, and you just didn't bother telling us.
It didn't seem relevant?
And how does it seem now?
What are we gonna do?
We need to hunt down the second ogre and save Gunborg.
And who's gonna do that?
Beowulf.
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 Whoa, whoa, whoa. How about we get all the warriors together? We can get some pitchforks and some torches and all go down to the swamp in one big angry mob. What do you guys say?
But you are the chosen one. The gods sent you to fight an ogre.
Right. Did you hear what you said? The gods sent me to fight an ogre. That's one ogre, not ogres.
You already defeated Grendel, though.
Right. One ogre, not ogres.
What's wrong, Beowulf? Are you scared of another big, bad ogre?
No. But there are only so many ogres in the world. I don't want to hog them.
What's another ogre?
Can I talk to you for a minute? Excuse us. You know, this is funny. You're going to laugh when I tell you this, but remember how I told you how I defeated Grendel?
Yeah.
Well, it didn't really happen like that.
You did defeat Grendel?
Well, not really.
You didn't tear off his arm?
Not exactly.
Did the two of you fight at least?
No.
Well, then what did you do?
We talked.
Talk?
We talked.
You talk?
We've been over this.
Well, how did he die then?
Nuts.
Nuts!
Peanut allergy caused his arm to fall off.
Let me get this straight. You're telling me that my heroic epic ends with, instead of you bravely slaying the monster, he died because of a peanut allergy? Come here, you little...
Get off of me!
Have you made your decision yet, brave Beowulf?
In a minute, would you get a hold of yourself?
I knew it was too good to be true. I knew you couldn't afford
You
Grendel's
saw
arm
the
off.
looks on their faces. What was I going to do? Lie to them?
We've been lying to them this entire time.
I know, so what do I do?
There's only one thing for you to do.
You're right. I'll get the bags, climb out the window, and you meet me at the front door.
Beowulf,
I know, I have to be a hero and save Gunborg. But how am I going to kill the second ogre when I didn't even kill the first one?
Have you decided, Beowulf?
Anon!
you said you wanted to live by the heroic code.
I know what I said.
Courage, honor, and loyalty.
Which are all wonderful things.
And you want to go home.
I do want to go home.
Well, I must admit, there's a silver lining to all this. You see, when I first learned you had defeated Grendel, I thought my week was ruined. But now that there's a second ogre, it gives you the chance to die and save my story. Give it the oomph it really needs.
Can I tell you how sick I am of your stupid epic?
Beowulf?
Coming, my liege.
Courage, honor, loyalty.
Got it.
Home.
I know.
Die and save my story. You can shut up now.
I have decided. I will hunt down Gunborg and save.
What was that?
I said I will hunt down the second ogre and save Gunborg.
Excellent, my boy. I knew you wouldn't let us down.
So the Geet has a spine after all. Do you know the area? Let me answer that for you. No, you don't. Spent decades studying the swamp. I know when the bog water is safe to drink and when it isn't. I can differentiate a poisonous plant from an edible one using only my ears. And besides, no creature in the swamp can match the cold steel of my sword grunting.
Excellent points, Unfair. Beowulf, take him with you.
Wait, what?
No, what did I do? Why me?
You just proved to me that Beowulf needs you.
No, he doesn't. And besides, I have a concession stand to build, orders to fill, paint swatches to compare.
He's right. We don't need this guy. This is something Beowulf can do on his own.
What do you say?
Well, I'm saying that I don't think you're up to this. And frankly, I don't want you around.
Are you calling me a cow?
Oh, no. I'm calling you a jerk.
Oh, I've changed my mind, my liege. I would like to accompany Beowulf and his irritating bard and watch them try and defeat Grendel's mother firsthand.
Great.
And when they fail, I will use my sword grunting to finally strike down the villain once and for all. The ancient blade has never failed the warrior who's used it.
My lord, if you would just listen.
Beowulf, I have made my decision. Unferth is right. He is familiar with the surrounding area, and the two of you have a better chance of defeating Grendel's mother together than one of you fighting her alone.
I understand. So where are we going anyway?
Grendel lives in Emir, a few miles from here, near the mighty cypress. The mother must live there too.
That doesn't sound too bad.
It's a swampy lagoon full of stagnant water where thirsty animals would rather die than drink from its putrid waters.
Oh, gross.
I'm just getting started.
The banks are a maze of tree roots where all kinds of slimy and slithering creatures have made their homes.
And by day, a dense fog covers the waters, smelling of rotten eggs.
But at night, something even worse happens. The water burns.
Are you kidding me?
And to reach the ogre's lair, one must dive into the fiery waters and swim to its murky depths.
But what you will find there, no one knows.
This way, Beowulf. We'll be passing your ship along the way. By the way, I wouldn't judge you if you jumped in and rode away. Who am I kidding? Of course I'd judge you. But I wouldn't blame you. Because otherwise, you're gonna die.
I hate that guy.
My lord, I am sorry for what happened to Gunborg and Asher. You have my most solemn vow that I will do my best to either save them or avenge them. I don't know if I'll succeed, but I will do my best.
Thank you, my son. And Godspeed.
Ready?
Whiskers on a kitten's face, take me to a happy place. Did you hear that, Beowulf?
Sorry, it happens when I get nervous.
No. Whiskers on a kitten's face, take me to a happy place. That right there.
That was a poem.
A couplet, to be more precise. A weather of weapons shall rise in the east. Steel and fire, Valhalla's beast. There, it happened again. Do you know what this means?
You've finally gone insane.
Yet no. It means that the muse has come back to me. It's finally returned. Swords and maces end with death. Words can do the same with breath. That was very good.
I wonder why it's happening now.
Don't you see? My muse and writer's block must have been caused by your failings and inadequacies as a human being. But now that you're finally acting like a hero, the muse has returned. My writer's block is gone.
That's really great, Bart. I'm so happy for you. You can tell me more later. But right now, I'm going to go die.
Come to me, my muse, and fill this lowly vessel with your rhymes and reasons. Joy is worth a hardship or two. Better yet, if the joy is not for you. Man, I gotta write this stuff down.
can hear him. Our son still calls to me from the darkness. But he does not call to me because he is afraid. No! He calls to me for revenge! A mother's grief is bottomless, her thirst for vengeance insatiable, and I will have my revenge! Hear me, husband. I will have my revenge!
Vines reach down from trees above. Their embrace a grip of death, not love. Foul odors rise from murky pools. Rot fills the lungs of trespassing fools. Branches clog the nightmare sky. Shadows trick the foot and eye. Insects crawl across the path ahead. And there on the ground, it's a sheriff's head.
Oh, yuck. His head must have been left as a warning for those who wish to enter the ogre's lair.
It's working.
What are we supposed to do, bury it? The bloody trails lead straight into the water. She must have taken the rest of the body with her.
Oh boy. Its eyes are following me.
Don't look at them. So, what do we do?
Someone should jump in and scout out the ogre's lair.
Yeah. Guess I'll do it.
Beowulf!
No, Bard, don't try to stop me. I need to do this.
I wasn't going to try to stop you. I'm going to write a play-by-play summary of what happened to you. You know, for posterity's sake. Your family, they're going to want to know what happened to the body.
Oh, right.
Well, are you ready?
Ready.
Go! Leaping, charging, swinging into battle. Beowulf drives his enemies like cattle. But now he stands at the water's edge, remembering Gumborg, remembering his pledge. He leaps, a vision of heroic fury. Creatures of the swamp disappear in a hurry. His arms slice through the water as he goes. He takes a deep breath as he swims towards his foes. Down deep, towards the lair of the fiend. Down to the monster, who will chop off his head and eat up his spleen.
Just give me a minute.
Beowulf, is that you?
Gumborg, you're alive.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I was about to jump into the mirror and scout out the ogre's
I
lair.
was right behind them.
Why? There's a sign entrance over there. Just take the stairs, make a left, and it's right past the billiard room. If you see the swimming pool, you've gone too far.
Did you see any tennis courts? Just like ogres to go to tennis courts.
But I was coming to save you.
Save me. I can take care of myself. Thank you very much.
I know, but
Have you seen the ogre's mother anywhere?
No, but I've been scouting the lair. Once I realized that there was a second ogre and that it took a share, I tracked the ogre to the mirror. That's where I found the share's head.
I know, it's awful.
It's how I want to go.
Of course it is.
We don't have much time. Midgard is ready, Beowulf. I've been waiting for the right opportunity to attack, but now that you're here, we better act fast.
Wait, Gunborg, we should get out of here.
For once in my life, I agree with Beowulf.
Why?
You, me, the bard,
What
we should all get out of here and go somewhere else.
What do you suggest we do?
I don't know, we can go somewhere where there aren't any ogres, no stupid swords, or tennis courts, or overbearing fathers. A place where death isn't going to come screaming through the front door at any moment.
But this is my destiny, Beowulf. I have to do this.
Can't you find another destiny that doesn't involve dying a violent death?
Why are you saying this right now? You're supposed to help me kill Grendel's mother first. You're a hero. Courage, honor, and loyalty, remember? You're the chosen one.
That's another thing, Gunborg. I'm not the chosen one.
Of course you are. You killed Grendel.
No, I didn't. He died from a peanut allergy. I had nothing to do with him. I had nothing to do with him dying.
Ha! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew! He could not have killed him. I
Albert,
knew
be
it.
quiet. Shh.
You lied to me?
No, I just didn't tell you the full truth.
That's the same thing.
didn't want you to think less of me.
You mean less than what I think of you right now?
Ouch! Seriously, Umbra, zip it!
You led us to believe that you're a great warrior sent by the gods to kill the ogre. You lied to us.
What did you want me to do? Go and try to kill the ogre and die like the other 4,411 warriors?
4,412.
Whatever. They were fools.
You may think they're fools, but at least they weren't cowards.
Oh, dang, that's cold. Seriously, Umbra, I've had enough of you. It's time for a bar beatdown. Bring it back.
Stop it! Both of you! I see now you don't think I belong either. You think I'm just some silly girl planting with a sword like all the rest of them.
No.
You know what? That's fine. Think whatever you want. But I'm going to show you and everyone, including my father, that I belong. Are you coming up, Ferret? We need to show this gee what Danes are made of.
Of course. Can't let a woman fight alone.
What did you say?
I said lead the way.
Beowulf.
Sing well, Bard.
Beowulf, stop. I know, there was a time when I didn't care what happened to you.
Like 5 minutes ago.
A lot has changed since then. And now I'm telling you that you shouldn't go into that cave. Because you'll die if you do. And because I've realized I don't want that to happen to you. Because, well, I've realized that you're my friend.
Friend, but what about your epic?
I have my epic. I can just make up my own ending. One where you defeat Grendel's mother all by yourself.
But don't you see? I have to help Convor. I have honor. I'm loyal. And for once, I have the courage.
But you might all die.
And that's exactly why I need to go.
I don't see her. Let's go home.
Hold on, Unfair. I'm here to fulfill my destiny. I'm not leaving this
Until what now, puppet?
until I've defeated the ogre and saved the hall. You're very frightening.
Do I smell the blood of my son on your hands?
It wasn't us. It wasn't us. It was the other guy.
If it's blood you smell, then it's the blood of our kinsman that your son killed. And we will have our revenge.
Vengeance shall be mine. I can smell your fear. You do not want to fight me.
We will never be afraid as long as we hold Midgard and Hrunting in our hands. As long as we are united, victory shall be ours. Right, Unfaireth? Unfaireth, what are you doing?
I'm sorry.
I can't fight this creature alone. Unfaireth?
The Dane has chosen to live.
The Dane has chosen to die afraid, but I am no coward.
Gunvor! Unfair! What are you doing? Get in there and help her!
Beowulf, attack. Now's your chance.
Yeah! That didn't work. Where'd you get that sword anyway?
It was on the clear track.
What in hell? Gunvor! No.
Beowulf, take my sword!
But it's cursed!
It's up to you now. Take my sword. Take Midgard.
Everyone who's using this
You
died!
just take it!
Beowulf, attack. Now's your chance. Do something. The club and sword, they serve to war, with clash and clang and thud. Though the blow struck true, the weapons drew no chunks of flesh nor blood. Did you get that,
That was
Beowulf?
great! Now shut up and help me!
Did our hero stumble with weapon bumble? A vicious thrust she staved him, expecting death of his final breath. But an armored chest piece saved him.
You're distracting me!
This mortal brush, it changed the thrust of Beowulf's attack. He dug deep inside to find his pride, and he drove the monster back.
Unlord sword! Whoa.
they're alive.
Oh, the ogre's mother?
She must be dead.
Are you all right?
It's nothing, Father. Nothing more than a story to tell.
You did it, my boy.
Actually, it was Gunborg who delivered the killing blow, and it was your daughter who helped kill him.
Gunborg, my princess?
I've been telling you I've been ready for years, Father.
Do you hear that? My daughter's been telling me she's been ready for years. Oh, my sweet, brave daughter. For your courage and bravery, you shall take a share's place as my advisor. You shall also be my first in command.
Woo, yeah.
And where is Unfair?
Oh, he ran away and hid during the battle, my lord.
I knew that village dandy was a wimp. I decree that all construction on the concession stand should cease immediately. No more talk of sweets, cakes, or festive nuts. From now on, everyone can bring their own coolers. And you, Beowulf, thanks to you and Gunborg, we can finally live in peace again. The monster has been vanquished, and his share has been properly avenged. And you, Bard, will you sing a tale of their bravery?
Right, composing the verses as we speak, my lord.
Excellent. Now let us go celebrate our victory and the passing of friends with a feast. Come, everyone.
I believe this belongs to you.
Keep it, Beowulf.
No, a hero needs a sword, and that's why you should have it.
You're leaving now, aren't you?
You know me, always looking for adventure. Maybe there's a dragon out there for me to fight. But right now, I just want to go home.
Then Godspeed, Beowulf, and safe travels. And the next time I charge into battle, your name will be my battle cry.
I don't know why, but that's incredibly sweet of you to say.
So that's it then.
That's it.
No feast, no high fives, no bequeathing of fabulous treasures and gifts.
No, honestly, I'm beat. I want to go home.
I'll make a note to add that stuff to my epic later on.
Oh, how's that going, by the way?
It's going really well. I have the first act pretty well outlined in my head. Going to need to change a few things to make it more dramatic, but the story definitely has legs.
Do you have a title?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it simple. Just call it Beowulf.
That's great.
Where did you park the boat anyway?
Oh, it's in the white zone by the harbor. I hope we didn't get towed. Can you bring the luggage?
Yeah, no problem. Oh, and Beowulf? Courage, honor, loyalty. You did it. You're a hero now.
Courage, honor, loyalty. Yeah, I guess I am.
Hold on.
What are you stopping for?
You built up the romance and that's it?
Well, yeah. You said you wanted a tale of action, excitement, and danger.
Well, yeah.
The more blood, the
Of
better.
course we did.
But there wasn't even a goodbye kiss.
Well, not in this version of the story. But what Beowulf did win was the knowledge that when push came to shove, deep down, he really was a hero.
Well, that's something at least.
Is the real Beowulf still around?
Maybe. When we returned to Geatland, his father released me from my servitude. I haven't spoken to him since. Although we do exchange the occasional Christmas card now and then. I heard he became an adventurer. I also heard he became king. I also heard he went back to Denmark to marry Gummore. All depends on what version of the story you prefer.
I prefer option number 3. I've always loved a good romance.
Well, then have I got the story for you. Have you heard my rendition of the saga of Brynhild?
No, I don't believe I have.
Well, it starts with our hero, Sigrid, defeating a dragon and then riding into a ring of fire to discover a sleeping princess.
A princess. What happens next?
Well, I would tell you, but you see my throat is rather parched, and